Right. Hello, welcome to Not Your Mother's Advice with Amanda and my imaginary friend Kara. We're on episode 11 already. Yay! So we'll wait a couple minutes for people to join. I put a contest out there for people to share the page before the show tonight, and only one person shared the page for the gift card, so I guess they're an automatic winner. It makes it easy for me. I don't have to do a drawing and do anything. Rick Everly.
Oh.
Woo! He's the only one watching right now too.
He's supportive.
He's very supportive.
Yeah.
So we'll probably start doing those more often. We'll probably have other things besides Starbucks too, and hopefully get some more engagement. Our goal was to get to 1,500 likes in the near future, and we're still getting there, but a little slowly.
Inch by inch. Like every day there's new likes.
Yes,
So
we appreciate you.
Yeah, even though we're not doing a lot of shows right now, we're still getting likes. That's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how's your week been?
My week has been very stressful and eventful. I think we talked about this last week, my toe incident. We did talk about my toe last week, which, okay, so I hurt my toe, like I said a few weeks ago, and then like half of my nail came off, and so then I tried to like glue it back on and like attach it somehow, but
Did
like
your athlete's foot really bad? Is that
No.
what happened?
no, I
Okay.
kicked my shoe off and my toenail ripped off. So then the whole thing ended up coming off and it got infected and blah, blah. So then I went to the doctor and I had an infection, so I had to get my, like a little surgery done. And then that same day that I was getting that done, which was really painful, by the way, my daughter fell and hit her chin and had to get stitches. So then, I mean, that's not like not big deals, but it just like ate up the day and we both didn't feel good. I've been tired. And so it's just been kind of a stressful week, and work's been really stressful. And how's your week been?
It's been good. It's just been busy, of course, with kids and work, and we're really short-staffed at work right now, so we're all working a lot of extra hours to cover up for that. Car sales is picking up a little bit, which is good. I was running around like crazy all day. If you're possibly thinking about car sales, we are hiring, so message me about it. We would love to interview you if you're interested. We definitely need some more people because I don't like the schedule. Just to work a lot right now. So tonight we've been kind of working on getting a bunch of stories compiled of really bad dating experiences. Because I know a lot of people, do online dating. I don't, because it sucks, and I've heard enough horror stories to where I'm like, no, never do that.
Yeah.
Tinder is pretty much just like a hookup app anyways. I would have liked a lot more stories, but we got some actually really good ones, so we'll kind of go through and read those. If you have any of your own, feel free to, type a quick blurb and we'll read them out too.
Or just even any questions generally.
Yeah, or any questions.
Fine too, yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Did you get any message to you, or was it just to the page?
I did get a couple messages to me.
Let me pull up mine really quick.
We didn't really have time to write our questions down because she literally like just ran in the door and I got here late. So we're just going to have to read it off of our phone.
Yeah, super official. I don't have really any bad dating experiences except for like when I was a lot younger, when I first got divorced. I met a couple people that just didn't look like their profile pictures at all. Like, and for me, it's not a huge deal. It's just hard when it's like you meet up with them and you're having dinner with them and there's just like zero anything. Like, you're just like, I'm not attracted to this person. Their personality is just eh. And I always feel guilty because then I'm like, oh my gosh, now they're paying for my dinner. And
well, I think also like if somebody lies about what they look like and they know they're going to meet you and you're going to see what they look like, what else are they going to lie about? I have a friend who's watching probably, and she went on a date with this guy who lied about his age on the app. He was like, I'm 32, and I think he was 38. And then he lied about having a Facebook because she was like, yeah, Facebook, because she saw him on Facebook. Of course, that's why she's asking, because she already knew he had Facebook. Yeah. And he's like, no, we're on Facebook. And she's like, okay. And then she was like, she saw his Facebook, so she asked him about it. And he's like, oh, that's like my old account. I lost the password to it. And then like a couple days later, she saw that he had changed his profile picture. So she's like, and he's like, oh, I found the password, Robert. I don't know, but just like constant like lie after lie after lie. And so I think that's another thing with online dating is you really know who you're getting. You're just reading a profile and you're supposed to make a decision off of that.
Well, people are going to post like the best pictures of themselves, and maybe they're like 10 years prior.
Yeah.
And they're going to post the best things about themselves. You know,
we're trying to get somebody.
Trying to get someone good.
Yeah. And who's going to say, like, I have a problem with lying, and I'm bad with money. Yeah. That's the person I want to talk to, though. I'd be like, yes, they're just like me.
Kind of said, what are you drinking? Mimosas. As usual. It's usually our go-to. It's pretty easy.
And it's only $5.99 right now at Fred Meyer.
So that's deal.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Let's see. So I have a few here. So someone wrote in and said, I remember that I was unaware that when I closed the car door on my date, or I closed the car door on my date's hand, I walked all the way around to the driver's side. I looked in and saw her ranking on her hand, trying to get it out. I ran back around and opened the door. Fortunately, no damage, and we were able to continue with the date.
Wow. Fortunately, no damage.
I mean, when you close the door, you should definitely say, please keep your
hands, arms, in the car. Yeah.
That sounds painful. I've closed my kids' fingers and doors before.
Oh, that feels so bad. Yeah. I'm surprised that lady was okay.
I suppose that wasn't too good. Maybe we need to move it closer. Sure, can talk that up too.
With that, I can.
How about now, Rick? Is it better? He heard it enough to find out that he won the gift card, though.
Yeah. Okay, so another one is this guy met a girl on, I believe it was Plenty Fish, and she asked if they could have their first date at the Hearthfire Grill in Olympia, which is a really nice restaurant to have a first date, by the way. So he got there to meet her, and he like walked in, and she was by herself. So he sat down in the booth or whatever, and then she was like waiting for someone to come over, and it was her dad. And she like invited her dad on their first date, and was like, anybody I date has to get past my dad. And so like my friend who normally watches, he was like, so I continued the date because I thought, well, whatever, you know. But the funniest thing is, like, the dad kept ordering, like, all these drinks and, like, extras and all this stuff. And then, like,
he's getting a free drink.
Yeah. So then, like, the date was basically over. And he's like, all right. And it's like, nice to meet you. You guys have fun. And he left. And then my friend, like, had to pay for, like, a steak and, like, appetizers and drinks and all this stuff. And so,
plan. I should do that when my kids start dating.
I thought about it.
You have to meet my
You need to meet me first. And
just order, like, 10 mimosas.
Tacos are, like, a preference.
Yeah. And then, you know, good job. They're okay. You gotta pay the bill.
And then be like, okay, let's set up another date. The first date next week. Yes. I want to be that mom.
Thomas said, as usual, Kara is loud and clear.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Someone that I actually work with, I was talking to him about this the other day, and he's dating someone right now. And he was invited to go meet the parents at their house, but they had a special request before he came over. Can you guess what it is?
No.
It's really crazy. They're like, hi? They're like, if you're gonna come over, you have to do this before you come over.
I'm like at a loss. Go ahead.
They said he had to get his flu shot before he was out of there. And I was like, just tell me. Like,
yeah, there you got it.
Like with groomers, when they put your dog to, you know, groomers, you have like paperwork that your dog has vaccines. Mm-hmm. Well, are they going to check your paperwork that you got your flu shot? No. I just be like, yeah, I already got it.
It's done. Honestly, I was like, I don't want to meet your parents. Actually.
Yeah, I'd be like, they sound like really crazy.
Yeah.
So another person that I worked with before also messaged and said, I don't remember if it was MySpace or Facebook or my yearbook, but there was this girl who I thought was like an 8. And I met her at the movies, and she was closer to a 3. So, just cut the 8 in half. I couldn't leave her because her whole church group was there, so I had to sit through the whole movie with her to be nice. And that's where I always get caught up, where I'm just like, be nice. In which she grabbed my face and I had to make out with her. And the look on their faces, they knew I had been catfished. And he said,
that's a good show.
I haven't been catfished since, even had an ex that was long distance. So I never saw her face. I always took bad pictures where she hid her face. Then I saw her in the mall, and as she called my name, I did a little U-turn in the middle of the mall and walked right out. And he said, ... She cheated on me anyways.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That's a bad luck, it sounds like.
Yeah. Rick, who's watching right now, Rick and our friend Jim and I went out for beers like a year ago, and we do the lip sync together. Rick, do you remember the story about, so Jim is like this little, he's not little, it's not a mess, very, I did not mean little. He's a little on the, he's average height wise is what I mean. And so anyway, he's a littler, what would be like the polite way to say? So
he's the average female.
He's the average. That he is. And so anyway, they went to, do you remember this, Rick? He went to the skating rink, and I think he was like a teenager, maybe in his 20s. But he went there, and he like was like hitting on this girl that he really liked, and he was trying to do like all these flips and stuff, and like impress her with his roller skates. And he knocked her in the mouth, like, and knocked like a tooth out. And
oh my God.
I felt so bad. This girl, like, he thought that she was like really into him, and he was like, I'm not used to girls liking me, and she was like really into me, I think, at the skating rink. And then I knocked her tooth out, which is really that does put a damper on things for sure.
Yeah. You're probably not going to get a kiss.
Probably not. Well,
We're drinking mimosas. Like, we do that pretty much all the time.
That's all we do. It's easy.
Sometimes we switch it up.
And we get to, it's healthy. There's orange juice in it.
It's not healthy.
So
there's so much sugar in it. That's why we've gained weight, Karen.
It truly is. It truly is.
It's the mimosas.
Yeah.
Remember the one week when we didn't drink and we just drank
water,
sparkling water?
I don't.
That was a terrible show.
Okay, I don't.
That's the only show I remember. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Do you have any others? Because there's a couple more in the messages here.
Yeah, I do. You can read
They're from my friends. Have you had any really bad like dates?
Oh,
that you can think of?
Yeah.
Oh,
I had. We talked about it before. I think we talked about bad dates. I would say the worst date that I've ever been on, though, like we talked about the one where I got left at the restaurant. We talked about the one. Were you not here? Were you not listening?
I must not have been. Did you talk about it tonight?
No, I talked about it like a couple of shows ago where I went on a date with this guy.
I must have been looking at questions or something.
We'll say it really quick. You want to just
Oh, okay. Is it going to smell again?
No, because all I had was like fruit today. Anyway, so went on a date. This guy lived in Kirkland. I live in Olympia, and we had been talking for a couple weeks. And this was like I would say like a September amount of time, a couple years ago, because it was like one of the like last nice days. So he drove down, and he was like, "We'll get dinner." And so he got there, and he said, "Do you want to go to Tacoma?" And I was like, "No, that's a lot of like back and forth. You're from Kirkland, you know." Not with you, I don't. But we met at like a public place, and we had like one drink, and he's like, "We should just go get dinner up north, where it's like really nice out, and we can enjoy the view." And this was like 3 o'clock or 4. And so I was like, "Oh, what the hey? I'll just go." So I got in the car.
Do you really say that?
Yeah. What the hey? And I say, "Geez, Lou."
Oh, fudge.
And oh, sure. And oh, fudge.
I've never heard you say that.
I do. So anyway, back to topic. So there we were driving to Tacoma to have like drinks and dinner and stuff. We had this really good time, and it was a great date, I thought. And then he was walking me out to the car, and it was like 10 or 10:30, so it was dark.
Ooh.
And he's like, okay, so he's like, "Do you want to go back to my place?" And I was like, "No, I want to go home. I'm gonna go home tonight." And he got so pissed off that he's like, I'm I've been done with dating and blah, 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 blah. And I spent all this money. And I was like, I didn't ask you to take me here. We were supposed to go to like a bar and get bar food in Olympia. And then you want to come up here.
Yeah.
Long story short, he left me at the restaurant at like 10 o'clock at night, and I had to call for a ride. And then a couple days later, he messaged me and was like, hey, can we just start over? I said, no, absolutely not. And then my girlfriend was like, you should have him drive somewhere like really far away to meet you, and then just like not show up. And I was like, no. Yeah. And they're like, oh, sorry. Can we start over?
Oh, sorry. I forgot. I got the dates wrong. Can we start over?
Yeah. So that, yeah, I've had a couple. There was one, I mean, I had 2 more really bad ones, I'd say, but that was like the worst one.
Do you want to hold a puppy?
Yeah.
I have 2.
Yeah.
Do you want the fat one or the skinny one?
This one right here.
Lucy's the fat one. So I haven't read this one yet because it just came in. So it'll be a surprise to me too. So it's really long, but that probably means it's going to be really funny.
That's my friend. I want to read it. I just want to go ahead while you're reading. I just want to read it.
Oh,
you read it. Go ahead.
So he says, I went on a first date with a girl from eHarmony, and she called me an hour beforehand and asked if I could pick her up since there was something wrong with her car. Didn't think anything of it, so picked her up, and as I was driving away, she proceeded to tell me about her Christmas lights that her boyfriend stole off her house. Okay. Then she asked me before we went to dinner, if I could bring her by her car that wasn't working. She was pretty sure the reason why was because her ex poured sugar in her gas tank, which had done something to her engine, which, yes, that will do something to your engine. Starting to get really nervous at this point, head to said car and find it missing. Call to the cops to report a stolen car, which 10 minutes later ended up being found around the corner with windows smashed in and stereo and a few things missing from the car. All purchases for her by her ex. As creepy as this whole thing was for her, it was really no big deal. She just blew it off. She's like, oh, okay. I would have been beyond embarrassed and apologizing profusely in her shoes, but for her, it didn't bug her whatsoever. It was just another normal day, what was apparently her everyday life. Little to say, after the police were done and we run out of time to get food, I offered to swing by and get us something to go, giving her half and dropping her off at her house, speeding away and not looking back. That was my first online dating experience. Pretty sure it's part of the reason I get a headache anytime I think of online dating. Yeah.
That's a big story.
That sounds like some stuff we deal with at work sometimes with crazy customer stuff. Yeah, like, can I call out this person's name, do you think, since you said it's your friend?
I think so.
I don't know. You want to remain anonymous?
He's watching, so he probably would have. Do you want to be anonymous?
I was going to say.
I would say he might want to be anonymous.
Yeah. He's in witness protection still from that date.
He has had some crazy. There's more he could share.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is from one of my other friends. She said, worst online dating experience. I met a dude on the site. He didn't have a Facebook. Well, that's like red flag number 1 because everyone has a Facebook. So if they tell you they don't have a Facebook, they're lying. So they're lying already. They're liars.
Yeah.
Everyone has a Facebook.
Liar face.
Yeah. Told me that he was going through a divorce but had been separated for 9 months. Figured out his ex's name because, hey, girls are like FBI stalkers.
We already know.
Like, we can find anything out.
And if we're asking you, it's not because we want to know, it's because we already know.
Because we already know.
To be honest. Yeah.
So she figured out his ex's name because she Facebook stalked her, and she found out that she was pregnant with his child. Called him out on it, and he tried to say that she got pregnant when they had a drunken relapse. Then I got a call from her at the crack of dawn the next day. They were married still. She was 36 weeks pregnant, so like ready to pop. And he hadn't been home since the first night that we went on a date a week earlier. So he'd been like just out for a week. And he had been dating various women that week and running up their credit cards. He told me he was military, but he was actually in the Guard and essentially unemployed, cheating on his pregnant wife. Sounds like a winner. Yeah. She said, no more. We literally had the best date I've ever had and connected so well. too bad, he's a sociopath.
Seems to happen when you connect with someone sometimes.
Yeah, like it's easy to connect with sociopaths though because they're so good at being a chameleon
And like a different version of themselves. Like
they just flow with like whatever you like, they like, and they're like, oh yeah, I love that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like dogs like this?
You like married men? Like this. Oh my god. Me too.
Then let's see, I have another one.
I have another one too, but you were used to.
Okay, get yours ready.
Okay.
Deal.
Deal. What the hey?
Oh, fudge. Shut the front door.
She is a Lou.
I've never heard that one before.
It's like G's, but with a Lou.
Sometimes I like to give this dog a mustache, like it go like this, and it's like, ooh, he has like a handlebar mustache. Okay, enough of that. Daryl said, hey. Hey, back. Okay, so someone else said, plenty of fush.
Okay.
The drink is kicking in. Plenty of fish hooked me up with a recent parolee whose hobbies were hanging out with his homies and blue rags. His entire face was covered in tattoos. That's when I said, see ya, plenty of fish. And then because I kind of had a dialogue with her, I said, oh man, what is blue rags? Because I was like, I don't know if it's a gang or
I
what.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know. And she said, I don't know. I think it was his gang colors, blue hankies. I'm really not sure. Because she's not involved in that world either.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I have no idea.
And then I said, oh wow, plenty of fish fail. And then she said, I don't know how they thought that we were a match. And I said, well, did you select the option for criminal and the other option for tattooed face? And she said, nope, I didn't select the gangbanger button either. They should definitely make a button to exclude those, though.
Yeah, that would be smart.
That would be helpful. Because some people don't want to date a criminal. I don't.
There should be like a
some people are okay with it.
Yeah, and I think there should be like a separate app for that. Like,
I mean, there's apps for.
There's
people ask for people that are positive on STD tests. I've heard
that's a helpful tool.
There's Black People Meat, which is not a site to get dark meat when you're cooking dinner. One time I Googled that, like MEAT, because I thought it would be a funny pun. I was hoping there's a meme about it, but instead I got taken on this really dark path of cannibalism and like the best cuts of human meat, and I had it was interesting, but
I guarantee she kept clicking.
I did.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about how to cook people meat, but then I had to delete my internet history because it was like, oh my gosh,
crazy.
Like knocked on by the FBI tomorrow morning because it was weird.
It's odd that there's so much to find on that.
There was a lot on it. I was really worried after that. Apparently the calf muscle is the best.
Okay. Anyway.
In case you ever want to eat a human. But there should be like another one. Like what could they call it? They could call it
no, really?
Convicts Unite or like
felons and their family. Felons and their future. I don't know. It's not really funny because honestly, if I was not funny because if I was a felon and I wanted to find love, it wouldn't be a joking matter.
Love for felons need love.
Felons.
I mean, there's varying degrees of felonies,
right?
So obviously not to make light of it, but I mean, there's sites for everything else.
Yeah. The one thing there's not a site for that I think there should be, like a real niche, is like finding friends. Because like when you are an adult,
there's a bunch of apps for that.
None that really are good though. I've looked at them.
I have also. Because one day I was at work really bored, and I was like, oh my gosh,
I need new friends.
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
I was like, there should be an app like Tinder, but only for finding friends instead.
But I feel like maybe not Tinder.
Well, no, I just mean like the usability of it where you swipe left, swipe right.
I like her, like don't, yeah.
And there's actually a few apps for finding friends, but it hasn't really picked up as much as like the dating apps because most people aren't really just like, hey, I need friends. When you're a kid, it's so much easier to find friends. You just hang out and you're like, hey, do you want to be friends?
Or like pre-career, like being in your 30s, it's a lot easier.
Well, it'd be good to have an app for dating for people people that have kids too, because
Yeah.
a lot of people
Don't
don't mind it, or there is
singleparentmeet.com.
okay, because I wouldn't be on that site.
Okay.
That was one of my things always where I was like, I don't want to deal with other people's kids.
Mm-hmm.
I barely like my own.
So I'm not going to read it word for word, but there was another gal that was telling us how she had gone on this date and they went to a bar and there was just a lot of people there, and there was a guy that she was with her date, but then there was another guy that kept hitting on her and offering to buy her drinks throughout the night, and the guy, she was trying to be nice because she was on the date, and finally the guy came up the last time, was just like, are you sure I can get you a drink? You want to dance, whatever? And her first date, knocked this guy out. And the guy ended up having to go to the hospital and stuff. So she went to the hospital with this guy, and she ended up being with the guy. Like her date knocked this guy out, and then it's like I mean, it's kind of like a bad story, but they ended up they've been together now for over a year, she said.
So she likes the violent guy?
No, the guy that got knocked out.
Oh, okay.
The guy.
So wait, she was like, oh, you got this guy out.
No, so it was like a horrible date, but
Sorry.
in the end, she found her boyfriend. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. We don't really have that many more bad dating stories. People didn't give us that many, even though everyone seems to have a ton.
I thought I wanted more.
Yeah, well, so did I. Does anybody have any they'd like to talk about? Or any other questions?
Let me see. I think there was another one. No, not really.
Have you ever listened to Second Date Update? Because there is a bad one on there today. It's so funny. It's so crazy.
They're always on right when I'm like 5 minutes away from getting to work, and sometimes I'm like 3 minutes late from walking the door because I'm like, I just want to hear the end of this.
I know that. Like any of them are so funny. The other day there was one. Did you hear the one about the girl that was like texting the guy while he was in the bathroom?
No.
He was like, I went to the bathroom.
I've missed the last few days.
He had to go to the bathroom, and she like right away was like, walk carefully to the bathroom. And he's like, whatever. And so then he was like peeing. Do you hear that one?
No,
And then so he's in the bathroom, and she's like, how's everything going? I can't wait to see you again. Stuff like while he's peeing. And so then then so he was like, yeah, no, second date for me. But
I thought you were talking about the one where the guy, like, they had fun at the bar, and they went back to his house, and he hadn't gotten any for a really long time, and he was really excited about the girl was at his house, and she was like, I'm going to go to the bedroom and, freshen up, and, giving all the hints.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to be, really crazy and spice things up, so he wanted to use food in whatever they're going to do next. And the only thing he could find was Nutella. And he said he rubbed Nutella all over his body. And obviously, you all know what Nutella looks like. It looks like poop. And so when she said she was ready, he walked into the bedroom looking like he was covered in poop. And she promptly left.
I feel like that's something I would do. Just not thinking.
Nutella would be good, except for
Nutella.
It's really sticky.
Yeah,
it'd
be hard to get off.
Really sticky. A little bit goes a long way.
Yeah.
Now, queso cheese from Taco Bell. Oh, I'm all over that.
I love some queso and guacamole.
Yeah, Hayden actually made some really good guacamole the past 2 nights. Mm-hmm. Once we're done, maybe he can make you some. Yeah, because it's really good. Yeah. I can't even make guacamole that good.
Oh, I love guacamole. It's good. So what's our theme for our next show? I think we should do our why we're doing this show.
Well, we need to do that anyways.
Yeah.
We still need to do Truth or Dare.
Yep.
Kara still owes y'all karaoke.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I type her name in my phone or
karaoke,
text her or put her name in, it autocorrects to karaoke. And also at work, we have a new finance guy, and he has a giant thing of Laffy Taffy. And they all have really great jokes. And I think we could spend a good 10-15 minutes just saying Laffy Taffy jokes. Because I can usually guess probably about 50% of them.
I feel like we should. Not jokes,
they're pretty good.
Laffy jokes. And popsicle stick jokes, too. Those are always good.
Oh, yeah. That's Laffy Taffy jokes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let us know what you guys would like to see, too. We have some fun ideas. Life is finally slowing down a little bit for us, so
we have some really fun ideas.
We'll be able to do more.
I'm gonna do more like on location.
Yeah.
We keep saying that, but we are.
Rick says karaoke. Do you have any time coming up?
Yeah.
We could do karaoke?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can make time, I guess.
It's hard for me also, so we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
And anybody can join us if they want once we figure out the time and the date and the place.
Absolutely.
Actually, I already know the place. The Clipper. The Clipper is best for karaoke. It's a dive bar for sure.
For sure.
Oh, show.
Okay.
How long have we been going? 30 minutes? This is like our shortest one.
This is the shortest one ever, but nobody really had any bad dating stories, which is really weird because that's all I ever hear is how bad dating is. So it's like,
yeah, Kirsten said Clipper. Yeah. One time I was there and I saw this old Asian guy singing LMFAO, Sexy and I Know It. And he was like down on the ground doing one-hand push-ups and he was into it, but he could not sing one-handed for shiz. And it was hilarious. I have a video of it.
It's been a long time since I've been there. But I will go with you. They have really good drinks.
Yeah, they weren't that good.
They do. They have really good bartenders.
Not while I was there. I was there recently, and it wasn't that good.
Must have been an off night because they do have good bartenders.
It wasn't that good.
Okay, I believe you.
You said you haven't been there in a long time. It's probably
I know, but I have friends that work there. And I have some friends
they
that go
suck.
There. No, they
Just
don't.
kidding.
I'm not going to argue with you.
I'm kidding. Alrighty, well, thank you guys for watching. Rick won the Starbucks gift card because he was the only person that shared when I said there was a contest.
So he's taking us to coffee.
No,
Maybe.
I can't even drink coffee anymore.
I love coffee.
I love it too.
Yeah.
We'll post another contest soon. Maybe more people will enter.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great.
Yeah, more people should enter than one person.
Yeah, I mean, because if one person enters, it's a guaranteed win.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Thanks for watching. Bye.